attending. Before we share the details of our very exciting announcement, I want to make some introductions. The first is Board of Education member Dominic Peretti is joining us this morning. So thank you for being here. As well, we have City Council President Andy Ginther behind me. Rhonda Johnson, the Mayor's Director of Education, is here. And you'll meet Joe Brown in just a few minutes. We also have in our audience from the Hunger Hub, Mr. Scott Varner. Scott, you want to wave? You know, the sole reason that Columbus City Schools exist is to ensure that the children of this great community are provided the absolute best possible education and the best possible opportunities for success. Our three overriding goals are to ensure every child reaches his or her full potential, to create learning environments that are student-centered and stable, and to keep the community informed of our progress. In the spirit of informing the community, few of you may realize that more than 80% of Columbus City Schools families qualify for free and reduced meals, and that percentage has increased year after year. According to the United States Department of Agriculture, the department that oversees the federal school lunch program, poorly nourished children have more problems fighting infections. Therefore, they may be sick more often and miss school. They may fail to keep up with classmates. They may have decreased activity levels, decreased social interactions, decreased curiosity, and decreased cognitive functioning. So let's face it, if your stomach is growling and you're feeling sluggish and tired, how well are you going to be able to focus on learning how to divide fractions or learning how letters work together to create different sounds? Without the energy available to feed a young brain and body, learning is compromised. Students, would you agree that it's better to have a full tummy and feel well fed so that you can learn each day? Yes. I thought so. For the past several years, Columbus City Schools has provided free breakfast for all of our students. We worked very hard, along with our partners from Children's Hunger Alliance, to make that happen. We are certainly pleased and proud to be able to provide a free breakfast for every student, but we wanted and needed to do more. Many families are food insecure, not knowing if and when their next meal is coming, and something had to be done to help address this issue. So, I am very pleased to announce our Power Up with Free Meals program. Beginning this past Wednesday here at Woodcrest Elementary, and on the first day of school for the rest of the district on Wednesday, August 20th, all children, yes, all students enrolled in Columbus City Schools will receive both free breakfast and free lunch every day. And best of all, parents, you don't have to do anything in order for your child to qualify for those free meals. There is no meal application to be completed, and there are no income guidelines. Every student in Columbus City Schools will get a free, great tasting, and nutritional breakfast and lunch every day that they are in school. Our program is called Power Up with Free Meals, Feeding Healthy Bodies and Minds. Today, we are launching a campaign to ensure that all families throughout Columbus are aware of this new and great service that we have available for their children. So to tell you more about that program, I'm asking our Food Services Director, Joe Brown, to come to the podium. And as he's coming forward, I want to publicly acknowledge him for the work he did to make this happen. He's done an incredible job as our Food Services Director, and he really deserves great credit for making this possibility a reality. Joe Brown.
Thank you, Dr. Good, and thank you all, and good morning. Thank you for coming to our school on this early morning. Across Columbus City Schools, and specifically in food services, we understand the link between student nutrition and excellence in the classroom. We take very seriously our contribution to the district goals in providing these meals. I'd like to take a second and introduce some members of my team that are here that help support us in making all this happen. Over here to my left, I have Steve Sweezy, Robin Chapman, Edith Murphy, Brenda Klein, Michelle Hall, Lynn Maestros, and Janine Markham.
And he's going to read your names again. This time you're either going to stand up or wave so we know who's who. You're important.
Steve Sweezy, Robin Chapman, Edith Murphy, Brenda Klein, Michelle Hall, Lynn Maestros, Janine Markham. I also want to thank my boss, our Chief Operating Officer, Marie Sodom, who sits over here to my right, who has tirelessly supported us through this process. Last year, we provided almost 10 million meals to the students of Columbus City Schools at 113 separate locations. And we believe, as I'm sure all of you do, each child has a right to a nutritious meal. In 2010, included in the Healthy, Hungry, Free Kids Act, community eligibility was outlined as a way to help school districts in low-income areas to provide free meals to all students, while decreasing the amount of work required with the processing of paper applications. Since 1946, the federal government and the USDA have funded and supported the National School Lunch Program. Community eligibility is an evolution of that same program. Although many states, including Ohio, were part of a pilot program, this program is available nationwide beginning in the 2014-2015 school year. Instead of paper applications, which is the traditional way that students would apply for free meals, districts are reimbursed utilizing a formula based on identified students. In order to properly identify those students, we had to compare our students versus 10 different lists of eligible students. That equates to over 500,000 comparisons in order to determine that we will be reimbursed by the USDA at a 100% free rate for all of our students. The Ohio Department of Education will conduct a review to ensure that our list of identified students were accurately determined. Students will continue to receive the same types of nutritious meals that they have been receiving in years past. Meals are required to meet the USDA meal patterns, and they include things such as fresh fruits and vegetables, whole grains, and low-fat milk. Again, it is very important to us to contribute to the mission and goals of Columbus City Schools by providing these meals to our students. It is now my pleasure to introduce Andy Ginther, Vice President of Children's Hunger Alliance, a very important partner with Columbus City Schools.
Good morning, and thank you for allowing us to join you today in celebrating this great new announcement, because it's all about these guys right here and making sure they have what they need to start off the day and keep them going throughout the day. I'm honored to represent the Children's Hunger Alliance here today and to share with you some facts that you probably are aware of but are more startling than ever before. That 1 in 4 children that live in Franklin County are in poverty. And the coalescence around poverty and the needs for hunger and the challenges with hunger are real, not just in the classrooms of this building, but in classrooms throughout the community. This program will help to remove barriers and increase access for our kids to nutritious meals throughout the school year. Dr. Good and Mr. Brown have been great partners of ours for years, but they've taken this to a whole new level with today's announcement. And the future of the children of Columbus City Schools is brighter and healthier because of their leadership. I'd like to thank representatives from the Hunger Hub, because the whole idea of trying to increase access and remove barriers is in partnership with the Mid-Ohio Food Bank, Life Care Alliance, who serves our seniors, Lutheran Social Services, that operates many of our food banks, in partnership with school districts around the community and around the state. The better advantage we take of USDA programs to provide nutritious meals to students in school buildings helps to deal with overall hunger issues in fighting poverty for the next generation. So the Children's Hunger Alliance is thrilled to be here. Our entire motto and byline is feeding hungry minds and bodies, and this is the perfect place for us to celebrate that here in partnership with Columbus City Schools, Dr. Good, and Joe Brown. Thank you for allowing me to join you here this morning. It's now my honor to introduce a great partner of the school districts, the mayors, and this communities, and that is Ms. Rhonda Johnson, who's the Director of the Office of Education for Mayor Coleman.
Good morning. I'm really proud to represent Mayor Coleman this morning at this press conference. He is personally committed to the health and well-being of all Columbus residents. And when you hear his story, some of you will remember this, when you hear his story, you'll know why. A number of years ago, Mayor Coleman was working hard, long days, eating on the run, and despite his outward appearance, he was surprised to learn at the age of 39 that he had developed type 2 diabetes, the type that emerges later in life, particularly in African Americans. He had to make changes. He gave up smoking, began taking medications, changed his diet, exercised more, and tried to reduce his stress levels. The mayor of what had been named the 5th fattest city in the nation literally became the poster child of a fitness campaign that urged the populace to commit to be fit. And he didn't stop there. In 2008, the city created the Institute for Active Living, and the director is here today, my friend Barb Seckler. Active living to reduce and prevent chronic disease such as obesity and diabetes by developing strategies to increase healthy eating and physical activity and helping community partners implement them. The Institute's mission is to reduce childhood obesity, particularly in low-income children who are disproportionately impacted by poor health. Schools and early childhood centers have been identified as the most critical partners in the effort to improve opportunities for creating healthy living and active living for our children. Schools are where children and youth spend the majority of their waking hours. Our schools cannot achieve their primary mission of educating students if students are not healthy. School meals matter. Just ask a teacher or ask a parent, and they'll tell you that children who lack proper nutrition have trouble focusing in school. Medical authorities and nutrition researchers have documented that youngsters who eat nutritious meals every day and lead active lifestyles tend to excel in school. More importantly, our schools are on the front lines of efforts to improve childhood nutrition, our collective health, and the future of our great nation. Improving the meals that our kids eat in schools is an important step to achieve this goal. When students, school, and community environments support their physical well-being, they perform better academically. So programs in and out of schools promote healthy behavior are a smart investment. Students with environments that support their physical health are more likely to reach their target scores in reading, math, and writing. They are more than twice as likely to achieve academic success as students whose environments support their health the least. Eating better gives kids more energy and increases success in school. That gives them a better shot at success as adults. Power Up with free meals gets our community one step closer to ensuring that all children get the food they need to be healthy and productive. Everyone has a role to play. Parents, caregivers, elected officials from all levels of government, schools, healthcare workers, faith-based and community-based organizations, and private sector companies. Your involvement is key to ensuring a healthy future for our children. So I encourage all of you to get involved. You can volunteer, you can be a donor, and you can support active living for the children in our community. If you need ideas about how to do that, go to www.getactivecolumbus.com, and you can come up with some great ideas about what you can do as an individual to help our kids. Thank you very much.
So please join me now in thanking our partners from Children's Hunger Alliance, Councilman Andy Ginther and Rhonda Johnson, who is here representing the City of Columbus, and Mayor Coleman. They and others work tirelessly on the behalf of the children and the families in Columbus, working, as Ms. Johnson indicated, to remove barriers that negatively impact a child's opportunity for success as a student and as contributors to a better capital city. We're happy now to spend a few moments taking questions, but I think we also need to thank these young men and women to my right, so thank you. So did this make you hungry? Are you hungry now? So we'll be happy to take any questions after everyone leaves. Thank you very much.